of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introduction. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Hey, come on. Check back 50. There's a corner now.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now, it's Jones. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. From the left side, it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Call that a very strong gain of 20. Here's Jones. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Here's 2nd and 8. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at about the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Let's get off the field, defense. Slam, slam, slam. Under 10, under 10, 10. Point it right, point it right, point it right.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Alert, 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 alert.
From the gun, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. They'll run it now out of the gun. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Bravo!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
54. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Echo.
2nd and 9 now. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. We're scoreless after 1. They'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Man open, it's Moss complete. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve. Check your hot read. Any weapon. Trump. 51, Mike. Mike 51. Check, Mike.
They'll look to throw here. They'll roll him out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
180. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Show it up.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Watch twins. Watch twins. He's checking. Crash.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Mayfield to throw it this time. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
2nd and 11. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. On play action, they'll throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Mack Wilson coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And the Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
2nd and long. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Going for it all. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go. Check 31, check 31. Whip, 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 whip.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On third down, Mayfield will let it go deep for Beckham. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That's good for 28 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
What you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
Now back to throw. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Incomplete in the end zone.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Regular.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. Nothing is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Watch it. Hey, 133.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
No gain on the play. Brings up
180. Hey, watch it, watch it. Regular.
Mayfield to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the third phase, but you see here it can be the first phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
Throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
at the 47-yard line.
On the double. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moss. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Jones. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Again, it's Jones. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Back to throw. And caught in end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 10 yards out, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
180! Come on, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, that's how you convert on third down with an explosive gain of 34. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Throwing, Mayfield. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
He'll have a first down and more past the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they try to sweep to Jones. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones. Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 17-yard line.
Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
A big play that time for Cleveland. So they dig a little deeper in the playbook there, get the wide receiver the ball, running it, and it proves fruitful.
Love the call. When you've got a guy who has running back skills, you want him to touch the ball as well, not just out wide where you throw it to him. Make sure you hand it to him or toss it to him and let him go to work.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
180. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Here's Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Browns. 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
6-6, pull it high. Regular.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Landry the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here, and this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have one timeout. You look at the clock, and let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
He'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big